All right, welcome to this sort of one-shot Shane Plays video Let's Play of Lunar Lander. The reason I'm playing this, Lunar Lander is an old favorite game of mine from way back, probably in the late 70s, early 80s. Also, I just saw a headline a few weeks back talking about classic Atari games on IGN. So I'm actually on the IGN.com website. You could find it easily. Just search for IGN Atari games, and they have all these adventure, asteroids, Battle Zone's another favorite, Yar's Revenge, Lunar Lander, Gravitarx, Missile Command. So, and I think some of them are recreations of the arcade game, and then some of them are the home game. Because like I don't think Yar's Revenge ever had an arcade cabinet. I think it was just a home game, pretty sure. Adventure was in multiple forms. Lunar Lander, actually, doing some research, was in the 60s, I think 69 or whatever, on an old DEC computer. The version I played, according to Wikipedia, which I don't have, is in 1979. Here's the arcade cabinet that it was in. I actually pretty sure I remember this exact cabinet. I remember this artwork. And then if you see here, the controls here are pretty cool. This is one of the things I loved about the game, was for your thrust, you actually had this stick, I guess this double stick connected by a bar, where you would push it up or down to control your thrust, and that was incredibly satisfying. Here you had your rotate left, your rotate right, select. I think you could select game options, if I remember right, start, and then over here there's an abort button. And what the abort button does, there's the same configuration from a different angle. What the abort button does is it jumps your engines up to 100%. So if you're coming in on a bad angle or whatever, you can try to recover. Now, one of the things to keep in mind with Lunar Lander, one of the key concepts is your fuel. It's a very limited and precious resource. So you have, and you can do multiple landings, but once your fuel runs out, you're done. The game is pretty much over. So how to play, the way they've adapted it for the game here, the adaptation is, or the web version, you've got your arrow keys, more thrust, less thrust, and then rotate left and rotate right. And then your thrust is, I think over here they're saying you can control it with your mouse somehow, which I haven't done. If you want to abort, you hit the space button. So you would hit the space button or Z, as this is saying, and that would do that maximum engines abort thing. Now mode, I don't really remember. Okay, so training mission, cadet mission, prime mission, command mission. I think the first time I played this, I was like, oh, I did pretty well. So I think maybe I was on the rookie mission because I did better than I thought I would. So you can have controlled rotation, friction from atmosphere, light gravity. You can have moderate gravity, no friction, controlled rotation, prime mission, and it just keeps getting more difficult. So I'm not going to do training. I'll do a cadet mission. I think I did the training mission earlier because I was like, oh, I'm doing really well. But anyway, let's get started and see if I can land this Lunar Lander. So, and as you see here, the different landing points are worth more money or more points. I'm going to try to hit one of the two multiplier ones. That nice big fat open landing platform. I'm overshooting quite a bit. I probably should have gone. Oh, I think I'm gonna crash on my very first try. Woo! Abort! Abort! All right, now I'm gonna dethrust and try to get a landing. I went through so much of my fuel there. So you get your speed and your altitude. I'm going through all my fuel here. That was terrible, actually. That was really awful. So, and if you land too hard, yeah. Okay, so I was destroyed. I lost 25 fuel units. So when I start my next attempt, I'm down 25 fuel. So you can. One of the things I was going to say is you can land in this game and actually still land so hard that you've damaged your landing module in your maroon. So you'll land and not blow up your ship, but it's sort of a hollow victory because you will not be able to launch and get back home. Yeah, I'm getting low on fuel. I'm under 100. Yeah, I'm not doing so hot. Blew up again. Yeah, I must have been playing on rookie because I was nailing it on my first go through. So, and that's just cadet. I'm gonna try cadet again. That was pretty awful. So it was really awful. I'm actually kind of embarrassed. Because I did a little playthrough and I was like, oh, okay, I got a handle on this. I was like, this is easier than I remember. Because I used to play in the arcade and boy, I would get nervous. Especially when you would come in and it would zoom in on the close-up and you knew that things were really getting tight. Like this. I mean, I'm on maximum thrust. However, how I'm supposed to be any softer than this? See, I blew up. I don't know how. I destroyed a 100 megabuck lander. Yes, thank you for reminding me of how terrible I am. Actually, I'm wondering how am I supposed to land? I don't want to. It's jumping up my engines when I actually don't want to. I don't know if that's built into the game or what's going on here. I'm about to get really low on fuel. I'm gonna blow up. Dang! Oh, that's crazy! And it's gonna give me 29 units of fuel to try to do something with. There's no way. I'm just gonna point below and go crash. Ah! Okay, so I guess I'll do a training mission in my eternal shame instead of a command mission. Because I know when I was playing this the other day, I was landing on the small platforms, the little 5, the ones that are worth 5. Yeah, this is off. I feel really embarrassed. Yeah, I can tell a pretty big difference in how this handles right off the bat. So I think one of the things is you're getting a little bit of friction from atmosphere that you weren't getting on the cadet mode. I want to see if I can land on this 4 space. Is that possible? Just to show the difference in the difficulty between. Yeah, let's see if I can pull this off. How did I blow up right there? I guess because I was slightly off the pad. Really embarrassing. I apologize on behalf. Please don't ridicule me across the internet for my awful Lunar Lander skills. I guess old Billy Bob's at the controls, and Billy Bob didn't practice in the simulator as much as he fooled NASA into thinking that he did. I do think I do feel that I should be landing on that last one, but I guess I was off of the platform slightly. Like one of the legs was slightly off the platform, so that must have had something to do with it. I tell you right here on the old arcade cabinet, when I would be getting in this spot, I would be getting sweaty and just really nervous. Really nervous. Running out of fuel. I don't even know where the 2x is. I think it's, hopefully I'm on track for it. Okay, I landed hard, so I blew up my communication system, but at least I landed. Now I've only got 8 things of fuel, so hopefully it'll start me over, because I obviously can't do anything. Yeah, okay. So let's try the cadet mission again, and the difference is between the training is light gravity, friction from atmosphere, and controlled rotation. Cadet has moderate gravity and no friction. So, you know, you take a little more gravity and you remove the friction, and that makes a heck of a lot of difference. So let's see if I can go over to one of the 2x's here. Sorry about that. I clicked off the screen for a second to check my recording software. We've been recording about 12 minutes. 12 minutes of eternal shame. Not eternal, but quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to go for this. I just feel like I'm being incredibly awful with my fuel. Like, I really feel like I should be getting better with my fuel. Like, I'm heading towards the platform I want, but my fuel consumption is awful. And I seem to be going slightly to the left. So let's see if we can do something about that. All right, let's see if we can land. Come on, you can do it. You can land. Okay, I'm at full engines. So if that doesn't land him, I don't know what will. Yay, that was a great landing. 100 points. But the problem is I used up all my fuel. And they start you off blasting your fuel. So I just don't see how I can land with this much fuel. I just don't see it. Because even if I get in the correct position, I'm not even, yeah, I'm going to crash. Well, I'll tell you that, just that small increase of gravity between the training mission and the cadet made just a huge difference. Now I'm going to try the command mission, which has moderate gravity, but it's rotational. There's some rotational, it's got rotational momentum. So when you rotate, the way it is now with the other levels, when you rotate, as soon as you stop rotating, the ship stops rotating. In this version, I'm assuming there's a little bit of inertia, and then you'll rotate after. Yeah. So when I'm rotating, it's really, really hard. I don't know any other word for it. It's hard. And I don't know if, oh, this is bad. Oh, this is so bad. Houston, we have a problem, and that problem's name is Shane. Get him off the controls. Houston! Oh, that was quite, I created a 2-mile wide crater. Let me see if I can get this rotation under control. Hopefully this video will inspire you to see if you can do better. Because it's definitely not inspirational for my Lunar Lander skills. That's for darn sure. I gotta admit though, I'm having fun playing it. And that's kind of the point of the game, right? Oh, mama. Yeah. Mama. Mother. Mother. I destroyed a 100 megabuck lander. Yeah, well, they'll get over it. If they've got all the money in government for all the other stuff, they've got money for 100 megabuck landers. Well, that's really loud, isn't it? I wonder if it would do that to the real astronauts. They'd be like, I know! And it would distract them from saving the ship because it's so awful. Let's see if I can at least go down. Nope, I have no fuel left, so I can no longer control my rotation. Oh, I didn't get to see the joy of my ship exploding. Oh, that's pretty awful. Okay, let's try another cadet mission. See if I can get any better here. It's like I want to conserve my fuel until I'm close to the pad. I don't know if I can land down here. I'm assuming I can land on this flat one, even though it's not specifically, doesn't have like a multiplier on it. I'm assuming I can land on it. I'll tell you, that little bit of gravity really makes a difference. Okay, I just hit a board, and that really gave me some thrust. Used up a ton of my fuel, but it did give me some thrust. So let's see if I can just ease her in there. Come on, girl. I've always thought the real world lunar landers are really neat. You know, they just kind of fascinate me. Okay, I had to hit a board again, because even though I was at maximum thrust, I was just really coming in hard. If I do pull this off, I'm not going to have enough fuel to do bump this with on the second go around. I can't. I'm out of fuel, so we're about to crash. That little bit of gravity difference. Ah, you see, it doesn't. I want to see my ship go kaboom. I love that vector graphics. Speaking of vector graphics, evidently this game was not that successful at the arcade, but the technology, the vector graphic monitor technology, led to Asteroids, which of course was a huge hit for Atari. So let's try the cadet way. I'd like to at least finish out, do halfway decent. I think I've landed on cadet at once. I'm not even sure. I think I've done cadet once. There's probably some sort of trick I'm missing, and it probably has something to do with like doing this, just like kind of rocking the ship. At angles like back and forth. Let's see if I can't land this one. We're on cadet here, so if I land this one, Shane will be a happy camper. Because cadets, you know, in my opinion, quite a step up from training. Come on, cadets, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, you can do it. Oh, you can do it. Burn off all that fuel, but you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Yay, I landed on cadet. And it was a nice landing. I didn't hurt my lander or anything like that. So, yay, I feel like I've accomplished something in life. My mom can finally be proud of me. I tell you, I got to pay attention to those difficulty settings, because the other night I was like, wow, I'm really good at this. I need to do a Let's Play of it. Yeah, on training. See, I don't see how, because I'll burn up all my fuel trying to land. There's no way. I'm about to run out of fuel. There's no way I'm going to land this thing. And I'm at maximum fuel. Boom. Yeah, there was no way that was going to happen. All right, even though it's probably the worst idea in history, I've already completely failed at the command mission, so I'm going to do the prime mission, which is strong gravity, no friction, and controlled rotation. Oy boy. Okay, so the gravity is strong. See, yeah, I can tell the gravity's strong because I'm really headed towards this platform really quickly. Okay, I just hit a board. I wonder if there's by some chance I can hit this 4x platform. That would be pretty sweet. On command, which is the 3rd highest difficulty. You would love me, wouldn't you, interwebs, YouTube family? You would think I was the best thing since sliced bread if I pulled that off, wouldn't you? Yep, I know you would. Yep, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let's do this together. Clap your hands at home and wish really hard. Come on, internet family, we can do it. How? Whoa, I was right on it. Ah. I was right on it. I guess I was just coming in too hard. That gravity. The gravity of the situation, you have to understand. You have to understand the gravity of the situation. Whoa, the gravity's hard. The only way to really defy gravity is to hit a board, and that just uses up so much of your fuel. And it's not looking good for the home team. Okay, I'm going to do prime mission one more time, which is the 3rd highest, and I'm going to try to hit one of the big platforms instead of getting cocky and trying to hit that 4 multiplier platform, which I felt I actually did a pretty good job of lining up on. I just didn't have the ooh, come on now. Now, how am I even supposed to, how is that even supposed to happen? I mean, I've got max thrust pointing the other way, and it's just not happening. Okay, I'm going to abort and see if I can't push myself. That didn't work. Aborting immediately points you upwards as well as max thrust. Okay, now I'm going to start. I guess it's all about timing. I'm going to start trying to maneuver this way to line up with this platform. This isn't going to happen. I'm going to run out of fuel before I have a chance to start trying to slow my descent. Okay, so I hit a board. I've got 100 points of fuel to try to land this thing, and I don't feel good about it because the gravity is so much stronger. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to crash it. Yeah, that gravity, wow. I don't know how to do it. I'm embarrassed. Okay, so The thing is, you have to line up well in advance, and then you have to. I'm doing Prime again. So you have to line up way in advance, and then you have to have your controlled thrusting way in advance. I don't remember it being this hard at the arcade, but then again, I very easily could have been playing it on a different. Okay, so I used a board. I do not remember it being this hard at the arcade. My guess is I was playing it on a lower difficulty. I remember being nervous, but when it came to the 2 multiplayer platforms, I mean, I could land. No problem. Okay. Again, I had to hit a board. And see, now I'm like, woohoo! See if I can use just a little bit of fuel here and there, because I mean, I'm just going to plummet in and be like, kaboom! And I don't want to do that, because they cost 100 megabucks, and the president will be mad at me. I'm trying to use just a little bit of fuel at a time, so that I never completely just start plummeting. Let's see if that'll help. See, I mean, I'm just like, I'm going to crash. Yeah. I mean, how am I supposed to come in? I guess I need to swing back and forth with the butt of the lander. I'm just gonna run it out of fuel. Because I mean, I was quite a ways up on maximum thrust, and I just came popping in and blowing up. I'm gonna try it on Prime one more time. I'm thinking I've got to do this kind of back and forth thing to control my descent, my rate of descent. But when you do that, you know, oh, I accidentally hit a board. When I do that, you know, I'm using up a lot of fuel. So that's the only thing I can think of, is that I need to kind of back and forth, and then I need to now, I mean, I'm way in advance doing maximum thrust, and there's no way. There's just no way. I can tell that I'm coming in way too hot. That sounded kind of official. He's coming in hot! See what I'm trying to kind of control the old descent, and it's not really happening. So I aborted right there. Maybe this will do it. If I could just get one good landing on Prime, I'd be a happy man. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. Yay! Columbia has landed. And that was on the 3rd highest, so I think I'm gonna end on a high note. And do a victory spin like in NASCAR. And then I'll drink some milk like in NASCAR and get some endorsements. Woohoo! Alright. Maybe we'll go boom? Kaboom! Alright. So I'm gonna end on a high note. I managed to somehow land on Prime, which is the 3rd highest difficulty. Thanks so much for watching me flail around in a spastic manner and blow up lots of government property trying to land this lunar lander. If you liked the video, obviously you didn't like my playing of Lunar Lander, but if you like this video, do me a favor and leave me a thumbs up and a comment on YouTube. That helps a lot. You can always check out my blog at shaneplays.com. Have a great day.